I've been using the Google Pixel 8 as my secondary work device for about a month now, and I think it's about time I show you what I think about it and what my first impressions of this device has been. So, no time to waste, let's jump in. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the design. Now, it's a nice evolution from the previous Pixel, starting from the Pixel 6 Pro, with a little bit of enhancements and just a bit more polish. They shrunk it down to it's about 6.2, 6.1 inches, which means it's a very compact device, which is funny because a few years ago, a 6-inch phone would have been a large one. Now, with this device, you get your typical Pixel look with the giant visor in the back. But this year, it just feels way better. It feels like they took the time to focus on the hardware. It's a nice, dense, heavy device in a good way, in a way that feels like it's made with proper materials. You get a glossy back, which is unfortunate because we here prefer the matte back finish like that's on the Pro series. And for some reason, they decided this design had to be glossy. No idea why. The rails are once again that matte aluminum finish. It is really comfortable in the hand with just the perfect amount of curvature. It's not flat like you get on these iPhones or anything. And the small size makes it a breeze to use. There's no hand fatigue. And another thing I like about this, despite its small size, typing on the keyboard feels fantastic. Usually on a smaller device, I tend to make a lot more errors and have a lot more problems. But with this device, they scale everything properly on that screen. Speaking about the screen, this one is beautiful. It's their actual display that goes up to 2000 nits brightness, and even though it's a $700 device, it goes up to 120 hertz. Now, that doesn't sound impressive, but you gotta remember some of the best selling phones out there are still giving you 60 hertz for $800 devices. Now, I'm not gonna get into it. There's been a whole war on Twitter about it already, but just know, for me, if I'm spending over $599 for a phone, it better have at least 90 hertz. So I'm really happy they stepped it up this year and gave just the regular average consumer 120 hertz. Now, it's not an LTPO, so it only goes from 120 down to 60, but it still does offer that optimization to help with battery life. Inside the device, you're going to get Google's Tensor G3 chip, which has been kind of a mixed bag. It's gotten mixed reviews. My theory on it, or the way I see it, is it's a fantastic chip. Yes, it's not the most powerful chip when it comes to benchmarks. You don't need that nowadays because this phone is buttery smooth. Gaming on it has been pretty decent, and the recent December update has actually improved the GPU drivers, which means I can now play games with higher settings, better refresh rate, a more stable experience for gaming. Now, it's not a gaming phone, so it's not best for gaming, but it's not bad for gaming at all. I could play Call of Duty, Genshin Impact, Asphalt 9. It's fine. It's going to be really good, really solid, no stutters, at least in my experience. But beyond just the power of the chip, the way it functions with Google and the AI processing is fantastic. Obviously, you have Magic Editor, you're now playing just all the ambient AI running in the background, and I feel like the Pixel really does handle it extremely well. I haven't had any hiccups or any bugs or any freezing issues, so hey, it's good on my end. Another benefit of this new Tensor G3 chip is thermals, and that helps in two areas. For one, stability. Your phone can remain cooler for longer. You're not going to have a lot of issues with it freezing, slowing down, screen dimming, or anything like that. And another benefit is the cooler your phone is, the better the battery life is. And I've been pretty good with this. I think if you were to put it in screen on time, I average around 5 to 6 hours. For me, it lasts all day. I might be close to that 10% by the end of the day, but nothing to complain about. It will last me all day unless I am using it heavily. Then I notice the power will drain a little quicker. Gaming, a lot of videos, they do drain that battery a bit faster than I would like on a smaller device. It got a smaller battery, so it is what it is. But in everyday usage, when I'm just using like a phone, I get pretty much all day. And standby time has been improved as well. So even when you have it sitting down on the desk, it's not draining for no reason. You can't complain because some of the previous Pixels had some idle battery drain issues. This one seems to be a lot better. Now, of course, one of the main reasons to get a Pixel phone is that Pixel camera. And the Pixel camera experience is fantastic on this. Now, for some reason, despite having the same chipset as the Pixel 8 Pro, you do not get the Pro mode options. You do not get video boost. You do not get the night sight audio, and the front-facing camera is lackluster. It's a decent front-facing camera, but without that autofocus that the Pro Series has, you are going to notice it's just a little softer and there's a bit more noise. So the camera isn't perfect, but on its main 50 megapixel shooter, it's great. That's where it shines, that main shooter. The ultra wide lens is decent, a little softer than the main one. It didn't get the same updates or upgrades as the Pixel 8 Pro's wide angle lens did, but it's nothing too terrible. Obviously, with the weaker lenses on this one, the Pixel 8, you do focus more on Google's AI computational photography. So thankfully, it's a Pixel phone. They can fix a lot of stuff in post. And as a straight pick up and shoot camera, hey, it's beautiful. Some of the pictures I got out of this are amazing. I do wish they had the video boost that I love so much on my Pixel 8 Pro. It's just an arbitrary thing created to separate the Pro and base model, which is annoying, but I guess they have to do it. Now, we also have increased or improved biometrics. Sort of. It's the same fingerprint reader from last year. I personally don't have much trouble with my fingerprint readers, but it's not the best. It's a little bit slower, and I'm tired of seeing that bright light when I'm using it. It does have face unlock, which is secure enough to be used for your banking apps or password managers and all that stuff. It's fantastic. It's great. It's fast until you lower the lights. Once that light goes down, the face unlock is not nearly as reliable. In daytime, it reminds me of the Pixel 4 XL, how fast it is. I love that one. But at nighttime, I am left wanting something much better. Hopefully, we're able to figure out how Apple does it in the future and get one of the best face unlocks again. Because the Pixel 4 XL had the best face unlock on the phone, in my opinion. And this is a step back. But it's better than the previous years when we didn't even have that option. So all in all, my first impressions of this device are, it's a great entry-level phone. One of the best ones. I understand why MKBHD chose it as his phone of the year, because for the price you pay, the performance you get, the photos you get, the battery life, everything is really, it's a tight, good package. Now, I am going to dive deeper later on when I give my full review, but right now I'm very happy with this. If this was the only phone I had, I'd be happy with it. Despite its smaller size, despite some of the weird quirks with the camera, as well as, not the best battery life, it's a solid device. And if you find it on a deal, you find it on sale, I say go for it, especially if you're getting tired of bloatware on your phone. You want something clean, easy, and leading the pack in computational photography, AI, and software and OS security updates. The Pixel 8 is the one to beat. 7 years of updates, great camera, fast face unlock, beautiful size, good phone. Well, that's my quick first impressions. Thank you for letting me talk about this tech stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. And make sure you hit those comments to let me know what you like out of this phone, what you want to see in the Pixel 9, and what color did you choose? Because I got this hazel one, and it's gray. it's an okay color. So hit the comments, hit like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace.